This is the Morning Shower.
Brought to you by Late Night Hump.
Let the news wash over you.
With Jordan Freed,
Brendan O'Brien,
and Reena Ezra.
These are your ShowerHead Lines.
South Korea's intelligence agency has said North Korea attempted to steal information on coronavirus vaccines and treatments by hacking Pfizer Inc., a lawmaker briefed by the agency said on Tuesday. The hackers were unsuccessful, though, as Pfizer specializes in fighting viruses.
Bill Gates has come out as a firm advocate of synthetic meats, recommending that every single, quote, rich country on Earth should move away from real beef as soon as possible. Gates said he's optimistic that plant-based beef replacements can replace meat from actual cattle without lab-grown meat taking over the market. When asked if Gates was in favor of using apples as a meat substitute, Gates was quick to respond by saying, "Fuck Apple."
Accused by the Trump administration of being a front for the Chinese government, TikTok's ad business looked bleak last July. Big brands backed off on spending even as TikTok executives offered refunds to advertisers in the event the hot social media platform were to be banned from operating in the United States. But after it became clear Joe Biden had won November's U.S. presidential election, that all changed. It seems as though TikTok will last longer than a TikTok.
A coronavirus vaccine entrepreneur held an indoor conference, and now dozens of attendees have the virus. Peter Diamandis, the tech entrepreneur who is also the co-founder of a coronavirus vaccine company, allowed dozens to attend the conference in person while streaming the conference virtually, leading to at least 24 cases of coronavirus spawning from the event in this ironic turn of events. The tech genius was quick to hold a press conference to address the situation, in which he responded, "I am Irony Man."
The mayor of Fairlawn is looking for a new favorite cookie to dunk in milk. During a Facebook Live session last week, one listener told Mayor Kurt Peluso they thought the town should boycott Nabisco, the maker of Oreos, after its parent company, Mondelez International, announced it would be shutting down its 63-year-old Nabisco plant in Fairlawn and laying off hundreds of workers. "I'm with you," Peluso responded. "I'm not going to be eating any Oreos or anything from Nabisco anytime soon. I think the way in which they handled this was extremely inappropriate and just absolutely disgusting." The only other cookie factory in town makes dog treats, so that's what the citizens will eat.
A hero paper boy in Kent, England, saved the life of an elderly woman who had been lying on the floor for 3 days after suffering a fall. 18-year-old Bob Pert noticed the newspaper he delivered the day before was still poking out of the letterbox of an 88-year-old woman before notifying the newspaper company he works for, who notified the authorities, who found the woman and brought her to a hospital. Finally, a news story involving the news that is actually newsworthy.
Police across New Jersey have arrested more than 6,000 people for minor marijuana possession in the 3 months since 2.7 million voters said yes to legalizing weed in the Garden State. The arrests continue as lawmakers and Governor Phil Murphy work on a last-minute compromise for stalled marijuana legalization and decriminalization bills, and as people mistakenly believe that state has already reformed its laws prohibiting marijuana. Police arrested 2,378 people for possessing less than 50 grams of marijuana during the month of January, according to a report from the state judiciary. How much weed are the police smoking that they can't remember weed is legal? It's the Garden State, for Christ's sake, and they're continuing to make it illegal to grow a plant? Governor Murphy and his legislature needs to start smoking sativas and finish this damn law.
The accidental discovery of Antarctic sponges on a boulder beneath the ice shelves of the Antarctic has confounded scientists. Animals like these sponges aren't expected to live in these extreme locations because they are so far from sunlight and any obvious source of food. Oh, who lives in the Arctic where it is icy? Sponge-based life forms, 160 miles underneath the ice shelf, you see. Sponge-based life forms. These icy conditions are few life form inhabitants. Sponge-based life forms. This shocking discovery is worthy of grants. Sponge-based life forms. Ready? Sponge-based life forms. Sponge-based life forms. Sponge-based life forms. Sponge-based life forms.
Traffic choked by cement barricades, sidewalks blocked by police checkpoints, protest after protest clogging the streets. For more than 4 years, life in the shadow of Donald J. Trump's namesake tower on Fifth Avenue has been one intractable snarl. But last week, as Gloria Wan made her way past Trump Tower to the hair salon she owns on West 56th Street, she was startled to find her commute utterly unimpeded. Most of the security measures that had been a permanent part of the block since Mr. Trump was elected in 2016 had vanished. Turns out the man who used to be able to sponsor highways can't even afford traffic jams. A plan by Mexican lawmakers to put millions of cell phone users' data in a biometric registry billed as a tool to fight kidnapping and extortion has sparked backlash from telecoms companies and rights groups who warn it could lead to stolen data and higher costs. You're right, they should just go back to stealing children and the lower costs of extortion.
Thank you for showering with us.
Lather, rinse, repeat every day before noon.
Scrub-a-dub-dub at latenighthump.com.